Hi everyone, my name is Malaika Sarko-Thomas, and today I'm going to be introducing to you the 6 Makkaho Meridian Stretches. These are excellent for overall good health. They are going to address the free-flowing energy in each meridian line of your body as understood through Chinese medicine and also through Shiatsu, Japanese pressure point therapy. And I'm going to introduce you to them in a way that also will enable you to remember them quite easily. So let's get started. The Makkaho Meridian Stretches are great to do every day. They're great to do as a starting point before you maybe give body work or even receive body work. But they're also a way to take care of your own body, which is really, really important. What I like about them is they kind of offer in 6 simple stretches. They give you a total body, they address your total body health and well-being. So they're the Makkaho Meridian Stretches. I'm going to just show you an image here. This is taken from a Shiatsu manual called the 14 Classical Meridian Charts for Shiatsu Energy Healing and Martial Arts with point location descriptions. This is a training manual that my husband has used, and I've adopted this particular image. And I will show you again at the end to help you remember. But this is a brief image of the Makkaho Meridian Stretches that we're going to learn today. You can remember them very easily by A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, just the first 6 letters of the alphabet. So we're going to start with the stretch for the lung and large intestine meridian. We're going to take a nice wide stance with our feet. Our toes are going to face straight forward. I know you can't see my toes in this video, but trust me, point your toes straight forward. If anything, the toes are going to point in ever so slightly. We're going to interlace, actually I can show you from the side. We're going to grab one thumb. I'm grabbing my left thumb with my right hand. It doesn't matter which it is for you. You're going to inhale and open your chest up. As you inhale, as you exhale, you're going to fold over from the hips and just relax forward, just very gently and easily. So with all stretches, it's really important to listen to your body. You only want to feel about sort of 30% of the full sense of sensation of where you can go. You're just going to breathe here, and as you breathe here, just sense where your arms are in space behind you. If you want to allow them to relax down more, you can. And just see how you feel. I recommend keeping a little bend in the knees, just very soft bend. If you want to experiment with straightening your legs more, you can, but just see how you feel. Really going for maybe 30% sensation in the stretch for yourself. And just take some nice easy breaths here. Bend your knees and reverse it. Press into your feet strongly to come up and then release your thumb. And that's the first stretch. We can imagine it like an A, right? We can see the shape of the letter A here in the shape of our body, right? Letter A. And then we do the other side. So for the other side, we keep the feet just the same. We're gonna grab the other thumb with the opposite hand. We're gonna roll our shoulders back and inhale to look up. Join me if you like. And as you exhale, you could just bend the knees a little bit. Allow the hips to fold and the torso to drop forward. And just let gravity do the work. This is really not about pushing. You're just going to have a nice, easy few breaths here for yourself. Breathing into your lower belly. And as you sit here, you can feel the weight of those arms also coaxing themselves downward. Always staying really attuned to the sensations in your body as you stretch. You want to feel about 30% of the stretch. So if 100% is like maximum, right? Just tune in till you find sort of 30-40% of your sensation of your tissues lengthening, stretching, and really feeling opening. Whenever you feel like, bend your knees slightly, pull on your thumb to bring yourself up. Little reach up forward. If you feel a bit lightheaded, that's fine. Just shake it out, go slowly, nice and easy, and just center yourself. So that's A, that's the first Makkaho stretch. And it's a great one to do after your computer work as well. You can do these stretches when you're warm. Super good to do them when you're warm. If you're not too warm, it's also fine. Just go into them more gently. Yeah. So just with breathing, it's really letting the breath guide you. Okay. The next stretch we're going to do is on the floor. It's the stomach and spleen meridian is what we're stretching. And this is this one here. We're looking at the letter B as our shape that we can see here. So for this one, there's different variations that we can do. We're going to start sitting in seiza, with sitting on our knees. Yeah, and then from here, we're just going to open our heels to either side and try to sit in between our heels and see if you can let your bum go to the floor. If that's really painful for you, it's also fine to do one leg at a time. So you can let one leg go out in front and just send your hip right next to one heel beside you. And then you would do the stretch twice, once on either side. I'm going to show you to the side, the diagonal here, because I've got a little space. So I start on my heels. I lean forward, I open my heels, and I gently ease down in between my ankles here so that my sit bones are grounded on the floor. It might be enough just to stretch, to sit here and breathe. That's also fine as an option. If you want to carry on, you can go backwards on one elbow and then the other elbow. This is also a perfectly good place to hang out and just breathe. If you feel okay here, you can release down onto the floor one at a time and grab your elbows over your head. And try to just, and don't try to breathe, do actually breathe. But we do want to let the chin and the head be on the floor. And nice and easy breathing. Just take a few breaths here for yourself. Breathing into your low belly. Feeling the stretch. Wherever it is you feel it, and really trying to go for 30% sensation. If you're doing one leg at a time, the version would be, and I'll just reverse to come up. I'll just show you the one leg version, right? So if I've got one leg out in front of me and I just go back onto my elbows, I can stretch here for a moment. I can also stretch here so I've got one leg extended here. And then just breathing, and then I would do it again on the other side. So also just going to the elbows and the hands and then coming up. So I'm going to do the other side as well. If you want to, you can do the stretch again. So again, heel just to the outside of the hip, rocking back onto the elbows and then the shoulders, grabbing the elbows over the head and just taking a couple breaths here. I love the way this stretch really opens up the back of my pelvis. I feel a lot of activity there as I breathe here. Really try to relax as much as you can in these stretches. The idea is that the shape gives you the benefits and the breath is what enables the stretch to open and to activate the meridians. Let's take one more breath here. And then gently exhaling to find your way up and return back to sitting. Okay, great. So that's A and then B. We're going to go now to C. C is the heart and small intestine stretch here, right? So basically we're opening the back surface of the body through C. I'm going to place my feet together into a cobbler pose in yoga, like holding a pair of shoes here that I'm working on, and just let my knees open out to the sides. You can play with the variation whether your feet are quite close to you or quite farther. I like to have them kind of medium distance. You can rock back and forth to check that you're really on your sit bones here and not sort of curving under as much as possible. If you need to pull the muscle away, you can do that. Grabbing the ankles, take a nice breath in. As you inhale and as you exhale, you're just going to pull on your feet a little bit and bring your head closer to your feet. Just hanging your head down. Again, really checking in with your own body. It doesn't matter where you are in the stretch. You just want to be feeling about 30% sensation in your own structure, in your own organism. Let's take 3 breaths here together.
Breathing into the deep belly. That's one. Letting the head hang here. And that's two. If you want to, you can even place your elbows into your knees if that feels nice to you, or you can bring your elbows away, bring your hands closer to your toes. Experiment a little bit and see what your body needs. And let's take one last breath here. Inhaling and just exhaling. Really let the head be heavy, feeling the counterweight of the head to the pelvis. And then slowly rolling up.
And that's letter C. Okay, so we've just finished the heart and small intestine stretch. Hopefully we've opened that up. Next, we're going to go to the kidney and bladder. So this is letter D. I'll just show you in the diagram here. Kidney and bladder. Nice and easy, but often a very painful one. Or we can definitely store a lot of tightness here. So the important thing is to flex your. We're gonna stretch out the legs, flex your toes. If you have trouble straightening your legs, that's fine. Just go ahead and keep flexing your toes anyway with your legs bent. Otherwise, straighten the legs, flex the toes. You can reach for your ankles or your toes, whatever feels, excuse me, achievable. And you're just going to hang over. You're going to reach for your ankles or your toes, and you're just going to hang over on the exhale. And that's it. This is it. We're feeling, in this stretch, we're really opening up the meridian of the large intestine runs along either side of our spine. And we're feeling that whole opening as well as the backs of our legs, right? So everything along this energy meridian is opening up through this stretch. So we'll just take 3 breaths together here. If you want to, you can inhale if you want to come into it again. Inhale as you exhale.
Keeping those toes pulled back, we're just going to breathe 3 nice deep breaths here. Really let the head hang. Feel that beautiful weight. Breathing into any sensation that you feel. For me, it's the middle of my upper back. I'm really feeling it there. For you, it might be somewhere else. And let's take one last breath. Really check that you're breathing into your deep lower belly. Trying not to block the breath. And then slowly rolling up.
And just give yourself a nice little shake, nice and easy. So that's letter D, the kidney and the bladder. Sorry, I called that large intestine. It's the bladder meridian. The bladder meridian and the kidney meridian as well. Okay, we're going to go now to letter E, the triple heater, which is the pericardium. It's the kind of tissue that surrounds the heart. They also call it the heart protector. And we're going, this is the way we see the letter E in the shape. It's very similar to C, but we have our cross legs instead. So we're going to cross our legs, Indian style, as they used to say when I was a kid. But cross your legs, and you're going to cross one arm over the other arm. And there is a package at my door, if you'll excuse me. Hope everybody's enjoying their breathing there. So we cross the legs, and then we cross the arms. Now, I think there is you might want to go right under and then right over, but for me, I think it doesn't really matter as long as you're crossing and crossing. Then we're going to do the opposite side the next time. So for me, I like to place the outside edge of my pinky fingers on my knees. I'm going to inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to fold forward and bend forward.
I'm just going to take 3 breaths here. Breathing 1. And breathing 2. And I'm really breathing into the area at the back of my heart as I fold forward. And then 3. And then I come up.
I'm going to change my legs and then change my arms. So I know I'm getting both sides. Pinky fingers on the outsides of the knees. Inhale as I exhale, folding forward, trying to reach my arms a little bit farther along my knees. So I'm stretching my arms out. And I'm feeling for that 30% stretch there. Taking 3 breaths deep into my belly. 1 and 2
Don't rush it. And the last one, 3. Find that my breath gets slower and deeper as I relax into each one, which is a good thing. Okay, great. So that's letter E, right? We've got our three prongs of the E there. We're going to finish with the letter F. So we're going to extend one leg out to the side, bring the other leg in. Pull your toes back, reach toward them or your ankle. Other arm reaches out. This is for our liver and gallbladder meridian. We're going to reach up, work our way down that leg, either with our elbow or with our hand as we feel. And we're just going to open up the side of our body and look up and breathe. And for here, we're stretching everything that's on this side of the body. And we're just going to take 3 breaths here. Inhale. You can let your elbow drop. You let your upper arm drop a little bit and look up past your elbow. Breathing 2. Again, if this is tricky for you, just do less. You can go less farther down. You want to be negotiating to find your own sensation of intensity, about 30% intensity in your muscles and tissues. Nice and easy. And that's about 3. I'm going to come up, reaching out of that arm. I'm going to reverse, so the other leg goes out, the other leg comes in. I'm going to reach out of both arms. Pull these toes back, reaching down into that elbow. Gently looking up at the ceiling. And as I exhale, I'm going to drop the upper arm and look past the elbow. And just breathe through that side. Let's take 3 breaths together. Breathing 1. If you want, you can turn the palm out. That helps to open up the spiral, the side of the body. Breathing 2. And 3. Each time getting a little bit softer, easier. And then opening, leading out of the fingertips to come back. And that's your letter F. So we've done all the letters. We've done A for lung and large intestine, B for stomach and spleen, laying on the back, C for heart and small intestine, cobbler pose, D, kidney and bladder, stretching the back surface of the body, E for triple heater and heart protector, crossing the arms, opening the back of the chest, and finally liver and gallbladder with F. So we've actually opened up all the meridians in our body. All of our organs have been treated. We are miraculously healthy and ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed the session. I really hope you practice the Makkaho Meridian Stretches. Find what works for you, enjoy them, and here's to very good health. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.